G'day guys, MFWest here, and today I have my Unholy DK guide for Star Augur in Nighthold Heroic. Now, this fight for DKs is pretty bad. Bad in the way that we perform really bad. It's a very straightforward fight. Pretty much there's like only a few mechanics we have to watch out for. It's pretty much a patchwork style fight, guys, until the end. But in terms of performance, Unholy is performing the worst on Heroic and Mythic for this fight, so I mean, I feel like the reason for that is that there's not many DKs that are actually, not many Unholy Death Knights that are actually giving numbers for the fight, but nonetheless, I managed to actually pick up a now at the time, on the first day that I did it, I got a 100 percentile, item level percentile. That's now changed to 98, and damage, I'll show you guys actually. It's so as you can see, my item level percentile is 98. Performance is 81. That was 95. So as you can see, everyone else is just getting way too geared and destroying in this fight. But I was 893 item level at the time. Now I'm 902, 901. So I would like to see my numbers now for the fight. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to show you my talents for the fight. Ebon Fever, Pestilent Pustules, Clawing Shadows, Sludge Belcher, Lingering Apparitation. Now, this is the tier that you can change up your talents. I recommend taking in Necrosis if you have Forset. Even if you don't have Forset, guys, Necrosis is going to be a massive DPS boost for you guys for this fight, as it is primarily single target. So I would recommend taking Necrosis, but for this kill POV, I was taking Infected Claws. Wasn't a fan of Necrosis, but that's changed now. And of course, Soul Reaper for the last tier. That's pretty much it, guys. Enjoy the video. I hope you guys go wreck it up there. Please let me know how you guys do on that fight. Have a good one. Righto, guys. Start of the fight, you're going to use Army of the Dead at 7 seconds. You're going to pop and Dark Transform at 2 seconds, pre-pot, and then you're going to Gargoyle. Sorry for that bit of lag there. And then you're going to go into your basic rotation, get into 6 wounds, and then Soul Reaping and Apocalypse, and then you're going to prioritize bursting your wounds. Now, as for this fight in terms of melee, holy shit, that thunder. There isn't much to do as melee guys on this fight. It's pretty brainless. Like, all we do is basically do not stand in her cleave. If you are standing in her cleave, you're going to take like 70-80% chunks of your HP, and before you know it, you're dead. So very important not to actually do that, guys. And now I just noticed that my recount actually isn't working properly, so rip. Yeah, so it's very important, guys, that you understand no cleave. As you can see here, I got IC ejections. When you get IC ejections, guys, a bit of a tip for your damage, for your DPS. Festering strike the boss quickly so you can get wounds on, and then while you're waiting for this buff to go off, this debuff, you can burst wounds instead of doing nothing. So try and make use of the time that you're not doing anything. Basically, this is predominantly a tank fight. The tank runs around all the different debuffs, and if your tank's doing everything correctly, you won't get frozen. So hopefully that's okay. And yeah, guys, it's a DPS race, especially in the last phase. If your DPS is not good enough, you will not beat that phase. But yeah, as I said before in the intro, this is a 99 percentile for my item level, so I was pretty happy about it. But this fight was on the exact day that the Ebon Fever buff came out, so yeah. Doing okay at the moment, basically. I think around 50% she switches over to the Fell stage, and I'll talk about that when it comes, but otherwise it's pretty much a tank and spank fight for now, or minus the spank. I guess the tanks are doing a lot of work. But Necrosis, this is a perfect fight to practice Necrosis, guys. It is a single target fight, basically. I mean, towards the end, those ads are going to come out, but they're not very high priority. Everything of priority is single target, so yeah, you should not worry about that. But I'll show you how I got that 99 percentile, for those wondering. And yep, guys, very straightforward. I haven't got Necrosis here. I'm actually still using my Infected Claws. Because I'm not really used to the Necrosis rotation, and I'm not a huge fan. I haven't got Forset either. Wasn't a big fan of it. A fan of it now. I still, like, to this day, haven't got Forset. I have the Forset, but it's like normal, and I was simming, and it's not a DPS boost for me. But I really want to get my hands on it so I can show you guys the proper rotation. So guys, as you can see here, we just transitioned. Again, do not stand in her cleave. Yeah, very dangerous to stand in her cleave. And spread out as much as you can. We haven't got a lot of melee, but basically you want to spread out as much as you can. When you get fellow ejection, guys, you want to basically make a little square. As you can see, I kind of screwed up here, not so bad, that's alright. Basically, when you get a fellow ejection, guys, pop your AMS and take as much damage as you can in your AMS and make a little circle. Don't even move, just stand still with your AMS on. So you can just absorb all that magic damage. You're gonna get runic power, and yep. And again, when fellow ejection does go out, make sure that you festering strike the boss to get wounds. So while you're away from the boss, you're not doing nothing. So as you can see here, Fel Nova, I actually pop I festering strike before Fel Nova actually comes. And all Fel Nova does, it requires you to run to the back, like the edge of the room. Very, very easy. So I festering strike before Fel Nova comes, so I have wounds while I'm not on the boss. Just maximizing your DPS output, guys. It's very, very important. So I'm at 558k DPS. Everything has been single target here, which is pretty good. It's only going to go up in the last phase because of the ads and the fact that our Ebon Fever hits like a truck. I get fellow ejection again, and the tanks are going to be actually cleaning up all this fellow ejection. So it's very, very easy for them to clear. And as you can see here, I do a much better job of my fellow ejection. I barely make it. It's like one of the smallest fellow ejections in the room. So yeah, very, very straightforward, guys. Fel Nova again, I don't festering strike the boss because I wasn't watching the timers, and I ended up getting hit by the Fel Nova like a scrub. I do recommend you Wraithwalk as soon as you, or even before the timer comes, because it is a good 70% of your HP, as you guys saw there. Don't get hit by it like me. It just makes your healer's life is shit. So yeah. Okay. We're almost transitioning to the next phase, guys, and that's when shit gets pretty serious. So I'll tell you about that just now. But otherwise, yep. Basically, I aim. Well, now that my item level's changed, I can't really tell you, but you want to be around 550 to 580k DPS when this phase goes into the last phase. If you want to pass high, anyway. That's what I've realized. And good management, even Fever as well, guys. Okay, this phase, it's all about ad priority. An ad's going to spawn, and you need to swap onto the ad. Very, very straightforward. We lust, I think, on when the second ad spawns. So ad's going to spawn just now. Make sure you're keeping your Ebon Fever up on these ads here. It just makes it a lot easier. So I D&D there, and then I pop my bursting wounds to get those last few hits, and I switch to the ad. And then I'm going to basically, when he actually casts Witness of the Void, turn away, apply your Ebon Fever, sorry, your Virulent Plague on the boss again, so it spreads to the ad on the boss every single time he's casting Witness of the Void. So you're maximizing, again, you're maximizing your output on the boss and not just doing nothing, because a lot of people, they turn away, right, and they can't do anything. When you turn away, DPS the boss and make sure that you always have Virulent Plague up on the boss. It's very, very important. So we're pretty much destroying this ad, and then next time the next ads come out, we're going to use Bloodlust or Time Warp, whatever. So that ad's down, back to the boss, keep your Ebon Fever up, D&D down to cleave the ads. As you can see, my DPS starting to rise, and then, yep, you actually do get a few Death Strike procs as well. Dark Transformation will help you cleave those ads as well with D&D down. Apocalypse here, I do recommend trying to save your cooldowns if you guys are having trouble with DPS. Save your major cooldowns like Apocalypse and stuff for the ad, because that is pretty much going to be the area where you're going to need to kill him. So ad spawns, I actually look into him. I'm a boosted animal, as you can see. I look into the freaking ads, so that really screwed me up, but I'm going to come back here and I'm going to just burst down those ads and then swap back, because the Witness of the Void was coming. I decided to stay on the boss, but otherwise I'm going to switch back to the ad, and then I put my Gargle on the ad as well, and before I know it, he's down. Thank God our DPS is really good, because I got freaking boosted there. So now back to, all you're going to do now is burn the boss. We don't touch the third ad, we just burn the boss from here on in, and that's pretty much the key. So the key for me hitting 600k DPS, which got me my 99th percentile, is going to be basically how well I'm putting my Virulent Plague on these ads. That's all it is. How well you're D&Ding as well, and just making sure whenever that ad uses Witness of the Void, that you are turning back to the boss, reapplying your dots, and DPSing the boss as much as you can. Don't just stand there and be like, okay, wait until the Witness of the Void is over. Oh, it's done. Let's go back to the ad now. So, oh yeah, here as well, like, look at me. I'm not even looking. I almost was looking at that ad. It was really bad. So yeah, I'm at 603k here because of how many ads are spawning, and the fight ends. So, guys, that is the fight for Star Augur Unholy Death Knights. Go out there and get some good numbers. Have a good one, guys. Peace.